Yo, here we go. Hey, if you're banking alts and you're doing garrisons and you're doing all the things, one of the things that you absolutely need to do is make a guild bank. There's no way around it. You just gotta do it. And you're gonna need to make private banks for all your characters. You're gonna need to set up inventory management, and you're gonna need to buy so many bags. It's gonna make you sick of bags. So, if you're being serious about your garrison gains and your gold gains, get that guild bank going and, hey, set it up with all the inventory and make the restocking easy. Make it easy on yourself. Do yourself a favor. Get a guild bank. If we're being serious, we gotta get a guild bank. You're gonna have a bunch of alts. You're gonna need a guild bank to hold all your materials. It is important. So, let's take a look. This first tab, I like to organize my guild bank with items that move in and out of the guild bank often. I sell a ton. I use these orbs of mystery for crafting all the time. So I actually keep some on hand. You buy these in Pandaria. Anyways, I keep these up in the top left because I'm always burning through them. And then I got some other regular little weird garbage. Little weird garbages. Deep stone oil for crafting mounts. Actually, this whole section over here is for crafting mounts. Cobalt bars, adamantium. All this stuff goes into crafting all of the mech engineering mounts. So I like to keep an on hand of it. I keep one of the Eternals. I keep the primals. I keep the sorcerer's fires, earth, air, and the volatiles. Again, you need this stuff for crafting, so your crafters are going to be all throughout your guild, and you put it into your guild bank, and then you can do restock functions out of your guild bank. Makes it real easy. All these gems go into panther mounts. This is just the high moving tab. Then I go to my tab 2. All the cerulean. You know what I'm saying? Card of Omens, come on. You know it. Everybody knows it. Card of Omens rocks. So you're going to want to put all of your cerulean into a guild bank. Then when you need to restock it onto your characters, you just run to the guild bank. You hit restock items. And it's going to pull all those into your inventory from your bank. As long as you set it up. There's a video on that. Anyways, that's why you want this guild bank, is that you want to go here and you want to be able to pull all of the needs that you have for your crafting or your garrison functioning, or basically the gas to keep your fires burning. You want it in your guild bank. My third tab is all my trillium bars. I have these trillium bars for daily transmuting of living steel. Got it on a bunch of characters, so I keep a lot of that on hand. Again, you buy the components low and you craft them up, and then you profit. I do a little bit of volatile transmutation. Probably not worth it. But I don't think I have... Yeah, I don't have any extras of these on any characters anymore, so it's all going into this bank. It's a lot of trillium bars. 22,000. Okay. And then my fourth tab, another one that you're going to be pulling out and restocking often, is your ghost iron bars for sky golems. You got to keep them flowing. So on the daily one-click gold method, you're dropping an anvil and you're doing the daily craft for sky golems. So you're going to need a boatload of ghost iron bars. Ghost iron bars goes into sky golems, and it also goes into your transmute into trillium, which goes into living steel. So ghost iron is one of your critical gas components for your foundries. You're going to need a ton of it. So I have a whole second bank set up there on Grindseeker. I'll take you over there in a moment, but that carries all of my ghost iron bars that I don't have room for on the characters. Right now I'm sitting on 90,000 ghost iron bars, and I feel like I'm low. I need more. Especially since this tab's not full. I need to fill it up. Alright. So, my last three tabs are just kind of organization and overflow tabs. Golden lotuses are good for transmuting gems into panthers, but those items used to be pretty expensive on my server, and I was buying them at 32 gold, thinking I was stealing them. And then the global market came, and they're like, hey, it's worth 5 gold now. So I took a huge hit on carrying a large inventory of these. So, my fault. I didn't need this many. I don't do that much transmuting, so what are you going to do? I keep a row of the Warlord's ores because I have Warlord engineers that build the toys and things like that. So, keep it in your bank, and then when your characters need it and you do your restock, it's going to pull it out automatically, so you don't have to mess with it. Kipperite is good for prospecting ore and giving you gems for Pandaria that turn into Panther mounts, and it's also good for one of the rocket mounts. I think it's the nose rocket, that long one. The geosynchronous nose. So you need to keep some Kipperite on hand. Bags? Dude, you're going to need so many bags. You need 4 on the character, and you need another, what, 8? 9 in the personal? Look, this guy doesn't even have them all. Counting 7. So you need a total of 11 bags per character. So I recommend buying these, buying the materials, and then getting someone to craft them for you in the, like 100 of them. If you're doing 11 bags per character, you're going to need a lot. So get a bunch. 30 slot bags, 32 slot bags, whatever your budget can afford. Keep those bags in your inventory, because when you get the new alts, they're going to come here to pick up their inventory, to create their inventory. This is your guild bank to carry that kind of stuff, right? I got some overflow here for herbs that go into Vial of the Sands crafting. Spirit garbage, 5 silver apiece. Let's just go ahead and delete that. And then this, I have a row of each one of these items. What these are low level requirement, but high eye level for your character. So when your character gets to level 40, you can bump up their eye level with some of these offset pieces. And that plus the heirloom items means they're going to be eye level 45 in no time, and you need 45 for those rare quests. Some more crafting. I think this is for like choppers or for, I don't know, engineering mounts. Wah! It's a lot of Spirit of Harmony. I did not take a hit on Spirit of Harmony. I was buying this at 134 gold. Now it's worth 150 gold. All right. So I keep a lot of that on hand. I go through a lot of that with crafting Panthers. I definitely don't go through this many. I went overboard on holding this many. I don't need that much. Anyways, it is what it is. I also have some mounts in here. This last tab I keep for like sentimental items and high selling items. So I buy these. I find them on the auction house for like 350 gold. I buy them all, and then I sell them. So a little bit more crafting stuff. These are my Hexweave bags. I tested these. I got a bunch of characters that were Warlord's tailors because everybody said you need to do the bags. And I tested it and tested it and tested it, and the math didn't line up. So the value wasn't there, so I switched them all out. All my characters turned into my usual daily 1-clicks, and I'm kind of connected to the bags. I don't want to sell them or get rid of them now. So I got a couple enchantments that are removed from the game that are just kind of increasing in value. And same thing with these haunted mementos and keepsakes and stuff. Just holding on to it because it increases in value. People like that collector stuff. So ultimately, what you want to do, make that first tab your high movers, your fast movers that are low quantities. Make your second, third, and fourth tabs your heavy quantities. You want to keep these staples for your Garrison foundries. Keep those fires burning. Keep that gold coming. Gonna leave it at that. Alright. You gotta get an alt bank. So, once you get your main guild bank set, you're gonna need an overflow guild bank that has all kinds of extra goodies in there. I dump a bunch of extra resources. You buy them super low, you might fill up your other characters, and you might need your alt guild bank. Just set up another guild bank, put one character in there, and call it a day. I got one character on this account, one character on my other account, and just handles all the overflow. Put whatever you want in there. Resources, anvils, whatever you don't have room for in your main account. You gotta do it. Once you fill up your main guild bank, you're gonna need a second guild bank, maybe even a third guild bank. Me? Two is enough. But what about the personal bank? Every character has a personal bank, so each one of these you want to hook up with bags. Fill them up, man. I buy all these bags. Look, I got a bunch of deep sea bags too. Buy whatever's cheap. Doesn't matter. You're on a bunch of alts, right? If you're building an alt army, you're going to have a ton of them.
Feet on the ground.
So what do I keep in those? Well, if the character's a crafter, you can keep all of your crafting materials in these banks. That way, when you're going to craft the items, crafting, you don't have to have it in your bags to craft. It will pull from your private bank. That's exactly why I have so much light parchment. Because when I go to craft Cards of Omens, it pulls the light parchment piece directly from the bank. So I fill up every alt character's bank with light parchment. I go crazy with light parchment. Buy it all, and then dump it all into your private bank. Additionally, crafters put all their crafting materials into that private bank. Enchanters, things like that, put it in the private bank. Most of the crafting and the enchanting and stuff pulls those materials right out as you're going through and you're crafting in your character sheet. Yeah, that's about that.
Welcome.
Again, once you set up your groups in TSM, it's real easy to select that and say move to bank. And it picks all that up, picks up that group, sends it over to the bank. Easy gains. So, your personal bank, fill it up with junk that you don't want to keep in your bags. Guild bank, fill it up with all the stuff that multiple characters need for different pieces of crafting and making gold and keeping those fires burning. Is that it? That's it. Jumped onto my crafter. Let's take a look at his bank, personal bank. It's a nightmare. Just a bunch of junk. Need these in my main bank. I got a bunch of extra flasks for Vial of the Sands. I got enchanting materials. You fill these up. Don't be afraid to fill up your private bank with all the extra, with all of the crafting materials that you need. So if you get on your crafter and I know this is my Vial of the Sands crafter, I put all of the components in his private bank. Easy. I know this is my enchanting crafter as well. I put all of my enchanting components into his private bank. I put a bunch of herbs because he's also the flask master that creates the flasks for the Vial of the Sands. So guess what? Those herbs go in his private bank. Don't be afraid to use these banks. They're big gains. That's it. They can look like a nightmare. Doesn't matter to me. It doesn't have to look pretty. All I wanted to do is restock my bags when I wanted to. That's it. That's it. Extra sweaty tip at the end. If you are doing a bunch of crafting, like say a bunch of trillium bars, you can open up your bank and you can start your craft. Trillium bars, craft all. And then you can work on your bank at the same time. So you're going to go through and you're going to be crafting and you're also going to be organizing things. Time gains, you know what I'm saying? Bottom line, in summary, guild bank, you need it. So it shares all of the materials for all of your characters that may need something that's shared with others. You can only put these items in one group. So the guild bank is your feeding system for multiple characters. Private bank is your feeding system for that character. If you got a character that's designated to craft something, use their personal bank for that craft. Just dump all of the components into their personal bank. And Cards of Omens, Hey, you know what to do. Buy the light parchment, deposit the light parchment in the personal bank, make those gains. Eventually, when your inventory gets too big and your guild bank inventory is full, you may have to make a second guild. Go ahead and do it. It's an overflow. Do whatever you want. Make it, don't make it, do whatever you want. You do want to make the first guild bank. You gotta make it because it's gotta feed your cerulean to all your characters. Don't sleep on it. And make the bags and put the bags in the personal banks. Don't be lazy. Take care of your alts. They're taking care of you. That's it. Hey, did you see this over here?